thank you all for having me here tonight. Serving in public office, I've met many elected officials. They don't always have the right goals. Some I've met by the time they're 50, they want to be a governor. By the time they're 60, they want to be a senator. I try to keep my goals relatively simple. By the time I'm 35, I just hope to be shaving. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm 31 years old, and I'm proud to serve in the Ohio House of Representatives with Jared Martin and Seth Morgan, who spoke before me, and also Peggy Lehner, who I know is in the crowd here tonight. One of the reasons it's such an honor to serve with these folks is that we're part of a new generation of leadership in this state. And as I look out in this crowd, I see a lot of young people. I went to school at Ohio State, and upon graduating from Ohio State, joined the United States Marine Corps. When I came back from Parris Island, I was in the reserves. And while I was in the reserves, I was going to law school, and I ran for city council, knocked on about 6,000 doors, got elected to city council, and introduced as my first big piece of legislation as a city councilman an effort to reduce the property taxes in my community. And the other councilmen called me every name in the book. They threatened the community to have to shut down important services, and they didn't want the taxes lowered there. And they promised me, they said, Josh, we're not going to allow you to lower the taxes here in this city. So I took my fight to the people. I took out my notepad from when I was knocking on doors, from when I met those families in my community, and I made about 1,000 phone calls to moms and dads and families just like yours. And I asked people to come to a city council meeting. And in our little city council meeting, where the same 7 or 8 people show up every other week, we had over 300 people show up at a city council meeting. And one by one, citizens just like you got up at the city council meeting and they said, we want you to lower our taxes. We want you to vote for Councilman Mandell's proposal. We want our taxes lowered. And instead of the vote going down 1-6, as was promised to me, the vote ended up passing 6-1. This was the first municipal property tax rollback in the history of Cuyahoga County, where I'm from, and one of the only municipal property tax rollbacks in the history of the state of Ohio. And the lesson it taught me is that while we sometimes are outgunned financially, and we're outgunned in different ways, if we stand on principle, and we stand with integrity, and we have passion and we have heart,
Pardon me for a minute.
and we work together, and we leverage technology, and we're willing to sweat and work hard, we can accomplish whatever we need to accomplish to protect the freedom and the liberty that's afforded us in this great country. Now, there's a young man like myself who put this all together tonight. His name is Rob Scott. And he's not going to pat himself on the back or pound his chest, but I want you to give him a loud round of applause. And I want you to recognize that he's a young man. He's a young man. And when you look in this crowd, you see people who are teenagers, young people in their 20s and 30s. And I want you all to know, the moms and the dads out there, parents and the grandparents, that the young people in this country know the principles on which this nation was founded. We feel very strongly about them, and we will work hard to protect them for generation after generation. Thank you very much.